Hey guys, JawsTheSharkReviews here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Age of the Primes Voyager class Alpha Trion. So here he is in his alt mode, but first let's take a look at the packaging. So yeah, here it is, and we got all this right here. We got the art of him in robot mode and in alt mode. Got all this down here on the top. It just says Alpha Trion. On the bottom, all this stuff. On this side, to get that same little piece of art that we saw on the front. And on this side, you just got all this here. And finally, for the back, let's get some product shots right here. It shows you just all kinds of different things you could do here with this guy. And yeah, that is pretty much it for the packaging. And now back to Alpha Trion himself. Yeah, here he is in his alt mode, and it's some kind of Cybertronian space cruiser or some kind. I have no idea, but in my opinion though, I think it looks pretty cool. It doesn't, look stupid. Well, okay, maybe just a little stupid, but overall, I think it looks pretty nice, pretty cohesive, and I absolutely love the colors that they chose, especially for that red here for the canopy window. And yeah, here's the bottom. Not much else to say right here, but yeah. So what was I gonna say? So yeah, that's pretty much it right there for the alt mode. I mean, not really a whole much else to say, except I guess I could show off the accessories. So let's get right into that now. So starting off, he comes with this red book right here, and yeah, and you can actually open it up, and you got some like clear plastic pages inside. I believe this splits open. Yep, there you go. It's all in Cybertronian, so an Earthling like me and you probably wouldn't be able to understand it. Although I'm not sure if it still exists, but I remember years ago Hasbro had like this. It was like around the time of Siege. Hasbro had on their website this sort of like Cybertronian decoder thing, and I don't know if that's still up. And I think that is Cybertron right there. I could be wrong though. And that's the book, the end. So, yeah, you could store it right here. You could put it right here, kinda. Or you could put it here, or somewhere maybe down here, I guess. Yeah, you could actually put it down here. So, and it doesn't really throw it off balance or nothing, so that's cool. So yeah, and of course you can't have a book with, well, you can, but you can't have a book without a feather, because Alpha Trion's some sort of writer, I'm guessing. I don't know. He just opens up a blank page and just starts etching something into there, but yeah, so I don't think there's anywhere to store it though in this mode, so it just kind of hangs around, I guess. I just figure I'd still show it off just because, we're showing the accessories here. Let me show it just a little bit in better detail. There we go. So yeah, now anyways, now for the alt mode size comparisons. Here he is with Solus Prime, with Alchemist Prime, and with Prima Prime. So without further ado, let's get right down to the transformations. So, starting off right here, you simply just want to remove the little wing areas, or at least detach them. I think you could leave them on if you wanted to, but just to make things easier, I'll just take this over. Actually, yeah, you could actually just leave it in there. So all you gotta do is just kind of lift this up. This is a separate piece, when you get them out of the box, so just do be aware of that. So yeah, then you just want to move out the arms, And then after that, you just want to bring this kind of all up right here. There you go. That'll detach those tabs. And then you just want to move this kind of up to here for at least the torso. And so you got that going on. Just bring the arms forward, kind of. Then you just want to flip out the hands. There we go. And just do this. Alright, there we go. So the arms are all complete. So then you just want to bring down these knee pieces and just push them right into place. Then you just want to split apart the legs. And then flip forward the feet. And then bring out the heel spurs. It'll be a little bit hard, especially since I got trimmed fingernails. So this is gonna be tons of fun. Not. Oh, there we go. I guess you could just pinch your nails together against this big like piece right here, and then you can. So there you have both of the feet. And then after that, you just want to rotate the thighs this way. So it should look like that, and that is pretty much it for the underside. So now for the upper side, once again, just rotate around the waist right here, and just bring down the arms. I think, do the shoulder pads go up? I don't think they do. Let me just double check. No, they just stay down. Kind of looks like they would go up, but they don't, which, you know, is fine with me. So then you just want to flip up this piece right here, and then flip this blue piece down, and that will just go down here. Actually, first, let's get this all solved right here. So you just kind of want to bring this all right back in here, and then just close up these pieces. They'll tab and squeeze together. There you go. And then you can just bring this down. There's some tabs here and there. They'll go into those slots. Close that up. And then next, you just want to rotate around these like little pieces and just push them kind of here. Just kind of sit. And then you just move this down. Now there's these two tabs right here. They'll go in that slot, or at least should. Yeah, there we go. So we got all of that right there. And finally, you just want to bring up the head. And once you guys got that all complete, there you guys have Alpha Trion in his robot mode. And yeah, I think he looks really, really good. You know, this is definitely looks to be like the more younger take on Alpha Trion. I forgot which episode that was. Like, we're all used to older Alpha Trion, but this is him probably well before he met Orion Pax, who would obviously become Optimus Prime. But so yeah, that's pretty cool to see, because I think we did get older Pax back in Legacy. It was an exclusive. It was a retool of 86 Scourge, and that one, like, you know, he had the beard and everything. But given that one was just a retool, and it's been a few years, I'm sure at some point Hasbro may want to make an older Alpha Trion. I'd like to see that, so, you know, everybody can actually get it. But yeah, so anyways, let's take a closer look right here at all the details. Like the again, the color scheme looks really nice. I love the way the purple looks too. And yeah, I mean, obviously he's got a backpack, but it's all condenses pretty well. So yeah. Now anyways, let's get right down to the articulation. So the head is on the ball joint, so you can move it. Or is it on ball joint? I don't think it's on the ball joint. No, it's not. is not a ball joint, some sort of a swivel joint, so you can move it side to side, and you can make him look up and down because of this joint right here, so you can look up, but his head kind of recedes into his chest, so obviously that's not really right looking, but he can look down, and well, that looks fine. So yeah, and his shoulders are rotatable, and you can also move them outwards this much. He does have a bicep swivel, a bend at the elbow, and what else? He has, yeah, he doesn't have anything at the wrist. Well, he kind of has in and out movement, but that's pretty much it. He does have a joint here for all of his non-thumb fingers, so that's pretty cool. He does have a waist swivel. The way this saw is, though, kind of hinders that, so but if we remove this, he does have a waist swivel, so hooray. I guess we'll just leave that off for now. We'll get into that, back into that in a little bit. Let's see, his legs. If you bring up the skirt pieces, his legs can kick up this far, and they can move, if you move this all the way back, they can move back that far, and he can kick outwards that much. He does have a thigh swivel, bend at the knee. His ankles do pivot, they kind of click into place, and it almost, it sounds so cheap, that plastic. Like, I think that's the clip right there, and it already kind of looks like it's getting worn out, which, yeah, not too good looking, but yeah, you can do that with him. You know, his feet do rock back and forth just a little bit, or at least his toes and his heel spurs do. And yeah, that is pretty much it for the articulations. So let's get right down to the accessories. So one of them, or two of them actually I should say, are already attached to our boy Alpha, and it's these little like knob pieces. So I want this focus, come on. Yeah, drop that. Alright, so here we have that piece, and you know, it's just some random little knob. That's it. So yeah, I prefer to put it, and then, you know, the box, the instructions, they show it as being on his shoulders, but if you wanted to, you could put it on the sides of his forearms. Or can you hold them? Yeah, you can hold them, but I don't know what you would do with those. Like, they're pretty useless. And you could put them on the sides of his legs. Yep. So you could put them anywhere, but me personally, I prefer them right on the sides of the shoulders, because that looks a lot cooler. And what else? Oh yeah, his Autobot logo. That is removable. It's a little bit tricky. Luckily, they did give you like a little space up here for you to put your nail in, and you can remove it if you wanted to. Unfortunately, that creates a whole gap right there and a giant hole. But yeah, you can actually remove his faction logo. So it's probably referencing the fact that even though he wasn't technically an Autobot here, like eventually he was like one of the few of the original 13, 12, whatever, that actually saw the creation of the factions. So and you know, it actually got to be a member, one of them. So it gives you the option for him to be the pre-Cybertronian War Alpha Trion, or the post-war, during the war Alpha Trion. So that's pretty cool. But I'm just gonna put that back in because that fills things up so much nicer. So yeah, and lastly, we saw his book and his feather, and you know, I'll bring that back over, but let's focus on something that we haven't already, and that's this piece right here. We saw it earlier in his, you know, alt mode and everything, but you can remove it, and well, it is already separate out of the box. Like if you open the box, it's already separate, but But still, if you don't own the figure yet and you're unaware of that, don't worry, I'll showcase that off here. So yeah, so you can put it on his back. Now I think when it comes out of the box it's like this, or is it like, I don't know, but anyways, you could also use this as a shield, which I do know is like, goes like this. So yeah, if you configure it like this, you can attach it right onto his shoulder. And actually the wrist area, in the wrist areas, he has like these little pegs, and those will go right into this little hole right here. So you can attach that in there, and there we go. So it allows for a mostly secure attachment, I guess. It's not really staying in that well, but you know, that's there, so you can give him a shield so he can fend off against some cons or whatever. So yeah, and now back to his other accessible. I knew that happened. I don't know why this thing, I think it depends on the way you angle his hand. Maybe in some ways it works and in some it doesn't. I don't get this. But whatever, I'll just leave that off for now. So yeah, obviously he has his book and he has his feather, which we can see right here. And actually, before I give him the book, the instructions kind of imply that you could also use his feather as a sword or some sort of melee weapon, so that's pretty cool. Now let's attach that right in his hands. There we go. And close that up. So yeah, that there, you could, I don't see how a feather could be used as a sword unless, you know, he just tickles people with it, and that's his ability. That, I don't know. Oh, Asper, I don't know what logic you went through there, but yeah. And you know, if you gave him his shield, like it'd be like this way, then you can have him fending off some creepy cons. But if you want to use the feather for what it's really for, you could just attach this book right into his hand. So you just do this. There's like a big old post right here, and that'll go into, well, either of his hands. So you're wondering, okay, Jaws, so how would this work out because of the way he holds it? It's not like a traditional book. Well, you just have to open it up, and well, by opening it up, it makes things look a ton better. I just have to split apart the pages, so it, you know, actually looks a lot better. And there we go. So now he can just read through his book, his little writings, and if he sees something he wants to add, he could just, you know, scribble it all in traditional Alpha Trion fashion. Although I don't recall any like episode of him writing something, but I haven't watched G1 in a long time. Oop, and he dropped that. So there you go with that. So anyways, now for the robot mode size comparisons. Here he is with Solus Prime, with Alchemist Prime, with Prima Prime, and with Optimus Prime. So there you guys have my review for the Transformers Age of the Primes Voyager class Alpha Trion. And yeah, in my opinion, he's so far probably my favorite of the primes that we've gotten so far, because I mean, he just, you know, he definitely has some of the best accessories. Well, kind of, sort of, but I mean, that's not really the best part. I mean, he just looks phenomenal. I think the paint work was done pretty well on him. I mean, even on the other primes too. I mean, they've been knocking him out of the park, but especially here with Alpha Trion. And I think it's cool that they finally visit a slightly younger Alpha Trion with this guy. And I really like the transformation. It's nothing like you know, like straight A student type. It's just more, you know, it has a good flow to it. You kind of can easily figure out how to do it. And yeah, that's all I got. And his alt mode looks pretty cool too. So, especially for being like a goofy little Cybertronian alt mode, you know, they managed to make it look pretty nice. So, but yeah. So, anyways, guys, make sure you guys like, subscribe, comment, share for more, and comment down below what you guys think of this figure. So, anyways, guys, as always, till all are one.